Shalom Israel. Before I start, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Baharaka Kadash, double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel, and rule and teach all, to the Akim, to the Iris and Byers, and those pushing videos in truth and sincerity, to the brothers and sisters in the truth. Now, came across this video. It says, it's on a channel called DJ Vlad. It says, Vlad goes off on Godfrey, so this is Godfrey, but the absurdity of a chosen people. Now, I'm going to play this video and hear what he says, and we're going to see what the scripture says, because at the end of the day, there is a chosen people. Now, some people want to debate who that is. The scriptures actually prove who those people are. But I just want to play this video and go through some scriptures.
Talk. And so I'm not really going to give my opinions about what he said and so forth. Right. But I will say this. This whole concept of a chosen people is really some bozo shit for everyone involved. Right? For the Jews, for the black people who believe they really are the chosen people, for whoever else believes that they're a chosen person or believes even the concept of chosen people.
So he's saying he don't believe there's a chosen people. Now we believe that, or I should say we know that through the prophecies in the scriptures. When you go through Deuteronomy chapter 28, there's a list of prophecies in there which don't fit these people. When I say these people, the guy talking, this Vlad guy, and I'm going to use a term that I heard an elder use, he's meant to be a JWOS. Now, obviously, he doesn't believe the scriptures, but we believe the scriptures, and we believe them because they are faithful and true. And like I said, when you go through Deuteronomy chapter 28, there's many prophecies in there which identify who these chosen people are today. And we know that we are those people. But what does the scripture say? This is Second Esdras chapter 5, verse 23. And said, O Lord, that bearest rule of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee one only vine. So the creator of heaven and earth, out of all the trees that he made, he's chosen him a vine. It says, of all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof one lily, and of all the depths of the sea thou hast filled thee one river, and of all builded cities thou hast hallowed Zion unto thyself. And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove, and of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep. And among all the multitudes of people, now we're touching the people that he made. Let's see what the scriptures has to say. It says, and among all the multitudes of peoples, thou hast gotten thee one people, and unto this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all. So the Most High made everyone, all nations that are upon this earth. But out of all the nations that he made, he has gotten himself one people. Now this is Isaiah chapter 44, verse 1. It says, yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. So this one people who he chose, these are the Israelites, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So yes, the Most High did create everyone, and he did choose a people. So for this guy who's meant to be the people of the book, who are not the people of the book, he doesn't seem to believe what the scriptures actually say. So let's continue with this.
It's really some bozo shit. Okay?
You think it's arrogant? You think it's arrogant?
Number one, you're trying to say that God is favoring a group of people over others because of a bloodline of some sort. And
so is God favor? Well, the fact that he chose a people, of course, he's favoring them over everyone else, and that that people would come from a particular bloodline. But what does the scripture have to say about that? This is Genesis chapter 17, verse 7. And this is the Most High speaking to Abraham. I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee in their generations for an everlasting covenant. So that's okay. Yeah, so okay. Genesis 17:7 says, and I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed after thee in their generations for an everlasting covenant, to be a God unto thee and to thy seed after thee. Now, let's see what this is saying. It says seed. Let's see what that word is, because he don't believe that the Most High would do these things, bro. So let's see what the scriptures has to say. Seed.
Strong's H2233. Zerah. Zerah.
So it says seed sowing offspring. A sowing seed. Semen bearer. Yeah. Offspring, descendants, prosperity, children. And it goes on. So this seed that Mosiah is going to make this covenant with of Abraham is his offspring. Yeah, and we read here in Isaiah 44:1, and Israel whom I have chosen. Yeah, that's the offspring, the seed of Abraham that's been spoken to. But we're going to clarify that. It says, and I will give unto thee and to thy seed, thy offspring, after thee, the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan. Now, who was given the land of Canaan? Yeah, the Israelites. That's why it's now called the land of Israel. It says, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their God, possessive. Now, this is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee, the Israelites, to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So not only did he choose a people, he set them to be high above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. And let's grab a precept. This is Deuteronomy chapter 26. Yeah, so there is a chosen people. And these people are above everyone else, whether you want to believe it or not. That's down to you. But the scriptures actually teach that. And we actually believe that. And we know that we are these people. Deuteronomy 26:19, and to make thee high above all nations which he has made. Yeah, I read that again. And to make thee high above all nations which he has made. Because people that say, oh, God created everybody. Yes, he did. But he chose a people and he set them high above everyone that he made. And they're higher in praise and in name and in honor. And that thou mayest be an holy people, a set apart people unto the Lord thy power, as he has spoken. So we can't change what the scripture says. It is what it is.
If you really talk to any really religious person, they will all say that we are all God's children. Right?
Do you really talk to a lot of religious?
That's a good question. The religious people them don't believe the scriptures in the first place, because they will say we are all God's chosen people, or we are all God's people. And to some extent, yes, because he made us all. But like how we just read, out of everyone that he made, he chose a people. But what does the scripture have to say? This is Exodus chapter 4, verse 22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, Israel, not everybody, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. So yes, we are all God's people in the sense that he made us, but he chose a people to be near and dear unto him. These are the people that he is dealing with. It is Joel 2:27, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, that I'm the Lord your power, and none else. Yeah, he ain't nobody else's God but the children of Israel. And my people, possessive, shall never be ashamed. Clarify that a bit more. Amos chapter 3. Verse 1, it says, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel. So we know who's being spoken to. Against the whole family which are brought from the land of Egypt, saying, yeah, against all 12 tribes. You only have I known of all the families of all the nations. That's what that word family means, of the earth. I read it again. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. So, yes, he made everyone, but he chose a people and set them above all nations of the earth, and he's only dealing with them. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. And we're the one that's going through chastisement at the moment. We're the one that's at the bottom, not these other nations. So this is Malachi 3 and 6. It says, Malachi chapter 3 verse 6, for I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So he doesn't change. He says, among all the multitudes of people thou hast gotten thee one people, and unto this people whom thou lovest. So the Most High loved this people. On top of that, he chose this people. Yeah, and these people are the Israelites. He's got a covenant with these people, yeah, through our forefather Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Actually, let me get this. This is Exodus, because he's talking about this seed line. Most High as a chosen people, which comes from a particular seed line. Okay. This is Exodus chapter 3 and verse 15. And moreover, I said that before, Salakia. And the Most High said moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Lord, power of your fathers, yeah, it's going to mention the fathers, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. That's a seed line right there. It says, he's the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. I sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations. Now, he could have said the power of the whole world, but he's not dealing with the whole world. He's not dealing with everyone that he made. He's only dealing with one particular people, and that's the Israelites, the chosen people. Today, that is the so-called Negroes, Hispanic, and so-called Native American Indians. Whether you like it or not, Scripture teaches it. This is Isaiah 55, verse 11. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void. So, Israel, my chosen. Yeah. He's made a covenant, an everlasting covenant with these people and Abraham's seed. Not talking about Ishmael. Yeah. He's made them high above all the nations that he has made in praise and in name. Yasha Allah, Prince of Power. Yeah. Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So those who say they are JWOSISH, they're not the people of the book. We are the people of the book, and we fit the prophecies, and we are a chosen people above all people upon the face of the earth. So with that, I'm going to close out. Give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Baharaka Kadash, Kwam Yasha Allah.